I really.
What is this other one? What are we talking about?
Can you get this?
To play in the
No
car.
Adventure
Can you
Time.
videotape this
Put
with
the
your
laptop
hands?
away.
No
Okay.
Adventure Time on.
Okay, welcome back to part 2 of episode 1 of For the Record, the podcast, starring Emily Jarowski. How do you say her last name?
Jaworski.
Jaworski.
Trey Patterson.
Jessica Lindsay.
And Parker Walters. We're going to be talking about the best concerts we've ever been to, live shows. It's going to be this, and audience participation is more than welcome. I guess we just go around the circle. Emily.
Best concert I ever went to was last summer at Billy Joel. I was front row.
He
it
mentioned
was-
your name, right?
What'd you say?
Did he mention your name or something like that?
So basically, long story short, I was front row. That happened. Some man came up to me and gave me front row tickets, and like, I'm not kidding you. I've loved Billy Joel ever since I was like a kid. Like Billy Joel, honestly, is like one of the people who really got me involved in music. Like, just love him so much. So it was only right for me to go. I was actually going to go see him at Madison Square Garden,
Oh my god.
but I manifested him coming to Buffalo,
And it happens.
and it happened.
Because
so,
you're so powerful spiritually.
yeah.
He just made that decision to come to Buffalo.
I was actually laughing about this because I was like talking to my friend. I was like, I think he literally was like, it was like 3 in the morning and he like shot up from it. He's like, I have to go to Buffalo.
There's
I have to schedule it.
There's this ginger in Buffalo that
Yeah.
wants me to come there. I
You
gotta
like
go.
telepathically communicated
Yes,
with
no,
him.
I did. I have like a really special connection with him because, anyway,
Connection.
with Billy Joel. I love him. He's very like short and sweet looking.
Did he
So,
play Uptown?
yeah, he's not my favorite. I don't really like Billy Joel
What's your favorite song?
but my favorite song by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I love Uptown.
I love the album Turnstiles, one of my favorite albums. But I also love Street Life Serenade. I love that
Okay.
album.
I didn't know you were as big of a Billy Joel stan as.
Like Souvenir. Have you ever heard that song?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that song. But anyway, so at the concert, it was like quiet. He was talking. You know how like people do that, especially like older men. I feel like when they're performing,
He's
they
pretty
like
old.
they like
He's like an
stop.
old frog.
And they like tell stories, and they're like, oh, when I was in Buffalo back, whatever.
Oh,
So he was like doing that, and it was like quiet. Like the whole stadium was quiet because he talks very slowly, and he like thinks about what he's saying because he's so old and wise.
Yes.
And so it was quiet. So I was like, what? This is my time. The whole stadium is silent. This is my time to say what I
Tell him your
tell
love.
them what I love.
Tell him your love.
So I said, so it's quiet, and I go, I love you! And he stopped, and he turned his head, and he looks at me, and he goes, if you loved me, where were you last night?
Whoa.
So yeah.
Emily Jarowski.
Yeah, I just,
Did you faint?
I literally almost, I'm not kidding you, I got all dizzy. I like disassociated.
Did you leave your body for a second?
No,
Did you get out of body?
it was an out of body experience for sure. Him looking at me and saying that was everything that I've ever wanted. So yeah, ever since then I've been living existentially because there's nothing to do.
So it doesn't matter how nice a moment is. It will always be overshadowed by Billy Joel talking to you from stage.
Always.
Nothing will
My
compare.
wedding.
Not your wedding
Nope.
day. Not when your child was
No.
born.
Billy Joel
Billy
asking
Joel.
me where I was last night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, flirting with me.
I'm sure the concert was amazing.
It was so
flirting
good.
with you, huh?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't
And you're
care.
like a little girl.
I don't care.
You don't
I'm
care?
not a little girl. I was
He doesn't care.
19 years
He's
old.
Billy Joel. I mean, he knows.
Right.
That man
He
can
can
go
hit it.
wrong. That man can do
I
no
did not think that's what you were going to say.
Wow, okay.
That man can do no wrong in my eyes. Got it?
Got it.
He's
He's not
perfect.
looking at me like that. All right, on to you, sir. I'm tired of hearing your talk. She's very annoying sometimes.
Alright, so my favorite concert was Buffalo's own Conway the Machine at the town ballroom. I was up front. It was a crazy experience because actually I got to meet him before the concert even started. I had one of his vinyls, like from his one of his like old albums before he got signed, and so I was holding it up and he saw me and he told me to get on stage.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So when I got on stage, man, I was scared. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I was scared, shaking, and he told me that, like, you know, of course he gonna love his fans and stuff, He said he loved me and all that. We took a picture on his IG. He posted me on his IG story.
Cool.
And,
That's really, really cool.
Yeah, he signed my vinyl. You know?
Dude,
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
took you on stage?
Yeah.
That is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like, oh yeah, he had you like perform a song with them. And I was like,
Oh no, yeah, he did.
Oh,
What?
that's
Yeah,
real?
yeah.
We're on no big deal. Like,
Cause
That's
he
super cool.
he wanted me to he wanted to really see if I really like his music.
Yeah, you were like a real fan.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
So it was just like,
That's really fun.
yeah, I got to see Westside Gun perform.
Cool.
Got to see Benny perform.
Benny the Butcher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, it was a great experience. It was really a great experience.
Sounds amazing.
I have to go.
Oh yeah. You're leaving?
Yeah, I have to go.
In the middle of the show,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Emily.
It's okay, I'll take it over from here.
Cut her out. Cut her
Cut her
out.
out.
Cut that out.
Peace out.
Get out.
Love you, Emily.
Bye,
Hey.
guys. See you next week.
We'll see you
You
later, Emily.
abandoned me. You abandoned me.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Yes, Chad, come join.
Chad, no.
Get your ass.
Get my man in here. Everybody, please welcome to the show, Chad.
We'll clean up.
We don't want to hear about the suicide boy. We don't want to
No,
hear
I've never seen Suicide Boys.
We don't wanna
Jessica.
hear that.
Okay, I'm up next.
You got like 8 minutes, not even, until.
If I had to pick my favorite concert I ever went to, it would probably when I saw. I guess I'm gonna have to pick when I saw Paramore and Fall Out Boy.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I know
that
you went to
show.
that concert.
That show was
too.
awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. I have been a fan of Paramore since I was, I'm gonna say like 10 years old. So
I'm into you. Sorry, please continue.
thank you, Parker. So I have been a fan of them since I was about 10 years old. I still remember the first time I ever listened to a Paramore song. So it was
What
like,
song?
it was Brick by Boring Brick. I actually have the song lyrics connected to my arm.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you're one of those people?
Yes, I am. And it was just a very big, so Paramore's like been through like throughout my whole adolescence. I listened to them since I was very young. So
Little Jessica.
what?
Little fetus Jessica.
Yeah, but when you like grow up with a musical artist like that, they're with you through like every phase of your life. You get a really special attachment to it, and
They're like a loved one.
yeah, they
It's like
really
cool.
are. So I cried throughout their whole performance. I sobbed the whole time. The girl in front of me actually turned around and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, this is just like a really big moment for me. Like, just let me be."
That's awesome.
But it was like, it was crazy. That was like one of the, oh my god, yeah. And then Fall Out Boy was really good too. At one point, Fall Out Boy, like, Pete Wentz and the other dude, they were like in the crowd.
The
Do you remember
other
that?
dude,
I forget who else it was.
Joe Troman?
It was him? Okay, I couldn't remember.
Chad's like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Listen, it was a couple of years ago, okay? But I remember when they were like in the crowd, like me and my friend actually got very close to them, and that was like really because they were like right near us. No, I didn't.
You could feel
But
the
I did.
sweat
I
coming
was
off their
pushing
body.
people out of the way to get close to them,
Putting it
though.
in their face.
Yeah, I was ripping people out of the way. I was like, I need Pete Wentz.
Amazing.
So that was a really fun time. My parents went too.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Did they like spoil the experience at all, or was it like?
No, they weren't that bad. They were like, they listened to a lot of Paramore because of me. So they were like,
That's cool. How are we doing on time?
We have about 5 minutes until class.
Okay. Cool. We can, we need to keep going. Awkward silence for sure. Oh my god. My favorite live concert. Same artist from my favorite album, currently. Lawrence, for sure. Saw him at a small gig in Columbus, Ohio, called the Bluestone, a couple weeks ago on April 1st or April 2nd. April 1st. It was April 1st. Dude.
You should, it's good.
Dude. Literally, dude. Dude. That's my review. It was the smallest concert I've ever been to, and I was excited because of that fact. Because it was not in a big stadium and they weren't sellouts and they weren't known, I was like, I feel like this concert's about to be like a different kind of like
Oh, yeah.
magic because they're not big, they're still playing like they're still playing like they've got a chip on their shoulder, and I currently still am obsessed with them. I was going to this album with my mom and my sister, and I was so excited. I was like shaking like before the show started, and when the show started, it delivered on every level and more. Those are the best ones. It was yeah.
Look at him. This is a live reaction to the album right now.
Live reaction, Living Room Lawrence, check him out. And
This is real music.
is that the first song off the album?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Give me more.
There's plenty, man.
And can I also just say, like, I feel like most of the time when shows have like small venue shows are always like so much more fun. in a
There's
way.
like everyone's there, like
Yeah.
everyone's a huge fan.
It feels more connected.
There's more interaction. It just felt magical, and the show was a fucking party. They played and performed amazingly.
I'm sure
Everyone
they were
was so,
probably so fun to see live.
They were so much fun to see.
Because that
live.
sounds like it would be like a fun show.
And I got to like the front row with my sister. We were trying to basically talk to the sister in this brother-sister duo and tell her how much we loved her because we're both in love with her. So but yeah, it was amazing, and I have seen Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder and artists like that, and those shows were amazing. But this show took the cake for the best concert I've ever seen. It was grooving. They performed amazingly. The songs were so feel good. It was the best concert I've ever been to. And the venue was cool as shit. It was a
Oh my
renovated. It was a renovated church, a renovated old Baptist church. Okay, that wraps up all the time we have today for
Listen to Living Room by Lawrence.
for the record. What the man said. Peace out.